Can you really reverse aging even a little bit? I'm usually not into supplements unless you address very specific deficiency, which is a typical framework from Peter, Rhonda, Matt. But GlyNac is a rare exception because in multiple human randomized studies, it's shown that it can reverse multiple hallmarks of aging, which kill your physical and mental performance. So let's look at the data, because there are some important nuances. If you miss them, it might not work very well. And we'll formulate the strategy and the way to create your own GlyNac in a cheap and sustainable way. And it all starts with number one, mitochondrial health. When we get older, our mitochondria do not perform as well, produce a lot of reactive oxygen species. It's almost like smoke and fumes from an older car, and you need to fix your catalytic converter. In this case, it's a protein called glutathione. You might be asking why not to take glutathione directly, and we'll get to that in a second when we're done with the study. So, when you supplement with GlyNac, in the studies they have found that one, you burn fat much better and cleaner, and it's great for multiple reasons. And number two, mitochondria themselves reproduce much better, and as a result you get a lot more healthier mitochondria, and it results in physical performance, in better grip strength, in better walking tests, in better stand-up tests, and even in losing some fat. So overall, it's not just internal, but you can measure it externally. And that's your hallmark of aging, mitochondrial dysfunction. Second hallmark, probably related to that better mitochondrial burning of fat, is insulin performance. When you burn fat, you clean up the tunnels which allow the glucose into the cells. Insulin pushes glucose into those tunnels. When they're blocked by fat, that's your insulin resistance. You remove fat by burning it, and suddenly you need much less insulin. And that's exactly what they found in the studies. And better insulin means better everything. Better heart health, better brain health, because you do not steal your blood sugar from the brain. So overall, great improvement. And that's hallmark of aging, nutrient sensing, also checked. Not a hallmark, but nice additional bonus is improvement in blood pressure. Not a big one, but still good for the heart. And what's good for the heart, good for the brain, especially if you combine it with that insulin improvement. And the next one, across all inflammation markers, interleukins, TNF, high sensitivity CRP, every inflammation marker went down almost to the useful level, and that's hallmark. Inflammaging. It affects, again, every part of your body, your energy, your brain fog, performance, skin, huge, amazing, let's put it mildly. So why not glutathione directly? Well, first problem is that even if you manage to get it into your system with liposomal form, it doesn't mean that it will get into the cells where it's needed. It will get into your liver, which is great for detoxification if you, let's say, detox from mold or heavy metals in a short-term period of time, but there is no way to push glutathione into the cells. There is no tunnel like for sugar. Your cells have to build their own glutathione from the precursors. And glycine as a precursor might have separate benefits for the brain and bunch other stuff. I have a separate video about that. Watch it later. Second problem, glutathione in liposomal form is very expensive, and because we need to stick with the treatment for life, and it kind of ramps up with age, it's just not sustainable or feasible to be on glutathione. And that's one of the limitations, I would say, of the study, that if you got on GlyNac, you have to be on GlyNac. Second limitation is the study it wasn't a single study, it was 2 studies or 3 studies, but they all are small. It's not like they had a huge phase 3 trial, which we completely understood how it affects everyone, the doses, the ages, other conditions. We just see huge improvements, but only in a small population. Healthy population, but small population. So another framework, which applies to all supplements anyway, is measure, supplement, measure. Applies here even more. Next limitation, those supplements, GlyNac, mostly work when you are older. If you're 20 years old, it's a waste of time and money. The benefits start to show up after you're 30 or 40. I'm almost 50, so I'm starting to ramp up NAC. Right now, I'm taking NAC a gram a day. When I was 45, I was taking 600 milligrams. Right now, I'm getting to a gram. And when I will be 60, I'll be going to 2 grams most likely. Depending on, as I said, measurements. I'm not going to take it blindly and waste money and pill fatigue. And next limitation of the study, they were using huge doses. Not 2 grams, 7 grams of NAC, which is not that easy. And 7 grams of glycine, which is actually much easier. Glycine is actually pretty good. It's easy to take it. It's sweet, so you can easily add it to tea or to coffee. The only thing about glycine, because it's great for the sleep, it's better to take the bulk of it in the evening, like an hour before sleep. With NAC, well, you have to be careful. First, NAC by itself tastes like crap. So I cannot take it in raw form. So I have to take it in pills. But when I tried cheaper NAC from this brand, it was giving me major acid reflux. Maybe because now NAC had 10 ingredients on the label. This guy has only 4 and I have no issues whatsoever. So you need to experiment. And if you actually have some discomfort from NAC, take it with a little bit of salad or maybe a cracker. Second problem, you need to be very careful about when you take it so it doesn't compete with other amino acids. The best way to do it is 30 minutes before a meal, before a protein. Don't mix it with protein shakes, otherwise it will be all totally wasted. And final problem, it's kind of expensive. So at least watch this guide on how to get all supplements with significant discounts through our non-profit and wholesale prices. Living is smart, aging is bad, and I'll see you there.